Hello everybody, this is GMAS classes. Savitri coming to you with class 10 mathematics chapter 3 pair of linear equations in two variables. And the previous video I had solved the questions of exercise 3.1 question 3. Now I'm going to start from question 4, exercise 3.1. The previous video, again and again, we discussed how to find the ratios of A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2, etc. to decide whether a pair of linear equations is consistent or inconsistent. Let me repeat, consistent equations means the equations have one or more solutions, and inconsistent equations means the pair of equations which do not have a common solution. Now we are going to use the same method to solve question 4 as well. Let me come to you with question 4. Which of the following pairs of linear equations are consistent, inconsistent? If consistent, obtain the solution graphically. Again, let me remind you, we have solved many equations graphically as well as algebraically. Now, the first part of question 4 is x plus y is equal to 5. This is equation 1. And another equation is 2x plus 2y is equal to 10. We have to find out whether the equations are consistent or inconsistent. So for finding whether the equations are consistent or inconsistent, we have to find out the ratios A1 upon A2, B1 upon B2 and C1 upon C2, and comparing the ratios we can decide whether the equations are consistent or inconsistent. So let me write these equations in the form of general equation. X plus y minus 5 is equal to 0. 2x plus 2y minus 10 is equal to 0. These are the two equations. Now x plus y, that means 1x plus 1y. So let us find out a1 upon a2 here. a1 upon a2 is a1 is the coefficient of the variable x, and a2 is the coefficient of the variable x in the second equation. So this is 1 upon 2. Now what is b1 upon b2? b1 is again the coefficient of y, that is 1 here, and b2 is the coefficient of y in the second equation, that's again 2. Now comes c1 upon c2, the coefficients of the constant terms, minus 5 upon minus 10. These minus can be cancelled. 5 ones are 5 and 5 twos are 10. So here, if you see it carefully, you can see that a1 upon a2 is 1 by 2, b1 upon b2 is 1 by 2, c1 upon c2 is also 1 by 2. So when all these three ratios are equal, we have learned that if a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is equal to c1 upon c2, we have the equations consistent. It has got many solutions. If you plot the values on a graph, you will get coincident lines. Here all the three ratios are equal to 1 by 2. Therefore, x plus y is equal to 5 and 2x plus 2y is equal to 10. The equations are consistent. And when you plot them, because these three ratios are equal, when you plot them, we will get coincident lines. That when we plot it, we will find out what type of line we are getting. Now I'll do the second part here. The equation is x minus y is equal to 8 and 3x minus 3y is equal to 16. So let's write in the general formula form. X minus y minus 8 is equal to 0. 3x minus 3y minus 16 is equal to 0. This is the second equation. This is the first equation. Now, again, the same way, let's take the ratio a1 upon a2. a1 is 1 upon a2 is 3. And b1 upon b2 is minus 1 here upon minus 3. You can cancel these minus signs. You will get 1 by 3. And c1 upon c2. c1 here is minus 8. And here it is minus 16. Minus can again be cancelled. 8 ones are 8. 8 twos are 16. So what do you get here? a1 upon a2 is 1 by 3. b1 upon b2 is also 1 by 3. But c1 upon c2 is 1 by 2. Now, what do we understand from this? If a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2, but if it is not equal to c1 upon c2, what sort of equations that will be, or what sort of lines will you get if you plot them? We will get parallel lines. That means, therefore, these equations are inconsistent. Okay. Now we will have to make the graph of this because it shows inconsistent, and this you don't have to make the graph here. And because in the question, if it is mentioned that if consistent, obtain the solution graphically. Now, third part of the same question. 2x plus y minus 6 is equal to 0 and 4x minus 2y minus 4 is equal to 0. This is equation 1, this is equation 2. Let's find out the ratios here again. a1 upon a2 is 2 upon 4. That's equal to 1 upon 2. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. Now, what is b1 upon b2? b1 is 1 here upon b2 is minus 2 here. So, you are getting minus 1 upon 2. c1 upon c2 is minus 6 upon minus 4. The minus can be cancelled. 2 3s are 6, 2 2s are 4. That is 3 upon 2. Here if you see, you are getting a1 upon a2 is 1 by 2, b1 upon b2 is minus 1 by 2, c1 upon c2 is 3 upon 2. So here again, when all, here you can see that a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2. If these two ratios are not equal, we can see that the lines will be intersecting lines. So this will be consistent equations. These two equations will be consistent equations. So we will have to make the graph of this question also. Now let's see the fourth part of the same question. 2x minus 2y minus 2 is equal to 0, equation 1, and 4x minus 4y minus 5 is equal to 0, this is equation 2. Yes, just as in the previous questions, let's take the ratios. 2 upon 4 is a1 upon a2, this is 1 upon 2. What about about b1 upon b2? Minus 2 upon minus 4. Minus got cancelled. 2 ones are 2 and 2 twos are 4. Now what is c1 upon c2? Minus 2 upon minus 5. Sorry. So what can we see here? a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 because both are equal to 1 by 2. But it is not equal to c1 upon c2 because c1 upon c2 we got it as 2 upon 5. So if we get such a relation, then what do we understand from this? These equations are inconsistent. Inconsistent equations. So the question here says that if the equations are consistent, find the solutions graphically, and if they are inconsistent, you have to just leave it like that. Now we have found that the first part and the third part are consistent equations. Now let's try to make the graph of the two parts. Graph, we have already made many graphs in the previous exercises. This is question 4 part 1. What are the equations here? X plus y is equal to 5 is the first equation. Second one was 2x plus 2y is equal to 10. This was the second equation. Now let's give some values to x and y so that the equation is satisfied. Try to give minimum of 3 values so that you will get more accurate line. X, y. Okay. X plus y is equal to 5. Very easy equation. If I am giving 0 to x, then definitely y will be 5. So 0 plus 5 is equal to 5. If I give the value 3 to x, then definitely 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. So y will be 2. Now, if I give the value 2 to x, then the value of y will be 3. So that 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Very simple equation. Then the second equation, 2x plus 2y is equal to 10. So let's, okay, I am giving 0 to x. Then 2x will become 0. Then 2y has to be 10. So if 2y is equal to 10, y will be equal to 5. 2 5s are 10. Now suppose I want to give 1 to this x. So 2 into 1 is 2 plus how much is 10? 2 plus how much is 10? 2 plus 8 is 10. That means 2y is equal to 8 or y is equal to 4. Then what else I can give? Okay, suppose I am going to give 4 to x. So 2 4s are 8. 8 plus how much is 10? 8 plus 2 is 10. If 2y is equal to 2, y is equal to then 1. So I have taken 3 values for both the equations. Let's try to plot them on a graph. See, this is the x-axis. This is the y-axis. X dash, y dash. Let's try to plot these points here. I'll plot it with a pen so that you can easily see that. First point is x is equal to 0, y is equal to 5. X is equal to 0. This is the origin. So this is the line where x is equal to 0. And y, I have to mark them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So, 0, 5 is the ordered pair here. So, 0 is on this line, 5 is here. So, this will be the point 0, 5. Second point is x coordinate is 3 and y coordinate is 2. X coordinate 3 is here, and if you go straight up this line, this is the place where we get 3, 2. The third set of points is 2, 3. 2 is here, x coordinate 2 is here, and y coordinate 3 is in this on this line. This is the point where it is 2, 3. So we got these 3 points here. Now, if I join these 3 points, we'll be getting a straight line. Definitely it's a linear equation. We'll be getting a straight line only. So this is the line that we are getting. Here, it's always better to mark the equation. This line is out of the first equation, x plus y is equal to 5. Now, the second equation also we have to mark on the same graph. So, I think I'll mark it with the different color pencil so that it will be easy for us to identify. Okay, now the second set of equations, 0, 5. X coordinate is 0 and the y coordinate is 5. See, this is the line where x axis is 0, x 0, 5. The same point we are getting 0, 5 for the second equation, 0, 5. Another one is 1, 4. 1, 4. 1 is here and 4 is here. So this is 1, 4. This is the point we got. And the third set of points is 4, 1. This is 4 and this is 1. So here we got the point 4, 1. See here, we got 3 points here. Now if you see them carefully, if you join them, you can see that the line is passing exactly over the other one. That means the lines are coinciding. Here, the lines are coinciding. See, all these points are coinciding. It's all falling on the same line. We say that the lines are coinciding here. So that means the equations are consistent equations. Okay, consistent equation that we had already seen it earlier. Then only we started making the graph. So this is the graph that you get, and the same graph you can name it as 2x plus 2y is equal to 10. So both these equations are giving the same line. Therefore, we say that these two equations give coincident lines on the graph. It's all clear to you? Yes. Now, we found the third part also. The third part of the question 4 also as consistent equation that we had seen already. So, the equations are 2x plus y minus 6 is equal to 0, and the other one is 4x minus 2y minus 4 is equal to 0. For convenience, let me write it as 2x plus y is equal to 6 and 4x minus 2y is equal to 4. Now, let's try to find out 3 values minimum of 3 values if you do, you can do it with 2 values as well, but if you have to get a accurate line, then you will have to give minimum of 3 points. Now, the equations are 2x plus y is equal to 6 and 4x minus 2y is equal to 4. So here we have to get 6. So if I take 1 here, 2x will be 2 ones are 2. 2 plus how much is 6? 2 plus 4 is 6. So y will be 4. Now let's take x as 0. 2 zeros are 0. Sorry, plus 4. Sorry, plus 6 is equal to 6. If I take x as 2, 2 2s are 4, plus 2 is equal to 6. So this will also be 2. Now what about the second equation? 4x minus 2y is equal to 4. Let me take x as 1. So 4x will be 4 ones are 4. 4 minus something is 4. 4 minus what is 4? 4 minus 0 is 4. If 2y has to be 0, then y has to be 0. Then, if I take x as 0, this will become 4 zeros as 0. Then minus 2y is equal to 4. Then y will be equal to minus 2. If I take x as 2, 4 2s are 8. But here we have to get 4. So 8 minus 4 is 4. So minus is already there. So y will also be equal to 2. So 8 minus 4 will give you 4. So these are the values that we have got. You can take any values. Now, let's come to the graph now. Let's do first equation here, 2x plus y is equal to 6. So here, 1, 4. Again, I have to mark this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is of course 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Here minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, etc. This is the x coordinate, x dash, y dash. First set of points is 1, 4. X coordinate 1 is here and the y coordinate 4 is here. So this is the point we are getting as 1, 4. Second set of points is 0, 6. X coordinate 0 is here only. So 6. So we have to mark it a little more. We have to extend this line. This is 5 and this is 6. Here we'll have to mark 6 also because we need 0, 6 is our points. So 0, 6. This is the point that we are getting. 0, 6. Then comes 2, 2. X coordinate is also 2. Y coordinate is also 2. That is, here is the point 2, 2. Now, let's join these 3 points. As it is a linear equation, you will get a straight line. So this line is of which equation? 2x plus y is equal to 6. Then let's try to mark the second set of points. 1, 0. X-axis 1, y-axis 0. Where will the point be? Here will the point. This is 1, 0. The second set of points is 0, minus 2. 0 is here, y coordinate minus 2 is here. So 0, minus 2. Then 2, 2. 2 is here, 2 is here. So we are getting the same point, 2, 2 here. So you got 1, 2 and 3 points. I am going to join these points. Let me mark it with the blue color. See here. Here we are getting a straight line again. And if you see, you can see that both these lines are coinciding or intersecting, not coinciding, intersecting at one point, 2, 2. So this has got a unique solution, 2, 2. So these two equations are consistent as we had seen already by taking the ratios of the equation. So this is question 4. We had completed these 4 parts. We have found out the ratios of A1 by A2, B1 by B2 and C1 by C2 in all the 4 equations, 4 sets of equations. Then we found that only 2 out of them are consistent. And we had taken the 2 sets of equations, consistent equations, and we have plotted them on the graph. So in the first one you are getting coincident lines, that is one line is passing over the other. In the second one we are getting intersecting lines where the point of intersection is 2, 2. Okay, this is the, now we have completed the 4th question. Now let's try to see the 5th question now. Question number 5. Question 5 or exercise 3.1. The question says that half the perimeter of a rectangular garden whose length is 4 more than its width is 36 meters. That is, here they have given a relation between length and breadth. Length is 4 more than its breadth. And it's given that half the perimeter is 36. Now here you have to find out the dimensions of the garden. Dimensions of the garden means you have to find out the length and breadth of the garden. So let us suppose, let the width of the garden be x, then what will be the length? Then the length will be equal to, it's given that the length is 4 more than the width. So x plus 4 units or meters. Here the unit is given as meters. Now width is taken as x and we got the length as x plus 4. We know the perimeter of a rectangle is perimeter of a rectangle. The formula we have already studied in smaller classes is equal to 2 into L plus B. 2 into L plus B. This is the perimeter. But in the question they have given half the perimeter is equal to 32. So let's take half into 2 into L plus B is 36 meters. 2 into L plus B is the perimeter. Half the perimeter is 36. So we can cancel these two. So we are getting L plus B is equal to 36 meters. What is L? X plus 4. In the place of L, we can put x plus 4 plus B. B is x. Is equal to 36. Two x plus 4 is equal to 36. This implies 2x is equal to 36 minus 4, that's equal to 32. 2x is equal to 32. This will imply x is equal to 32 by 2, that's equal to 16. And what have we supposed x as? We have supposed x as the width of the garden. So x is equal to 16 we got. That is equal to width of the garden. Now, therefore, what is the length now? Length is equal to x plus 4. X plus 4. X we have already got it as 16 plus this 4 is equal to 20 meters. Therefore, the dimensions of the garden is 20 meters and 16 meters. Did you all understand this? Our length is equal to 20 meters and width is equal to 16 meters. This is question number 5. I'll repeat once again. Half the perimeter of a rectangular garden whose length is 4 more than the width is 36 meters. Find the dimensions of the garden. Half the perimeter is 36 meters. So we have supposed the width as x meters, then the length is x plus 4 meters as given in the question. That is, length is 4 more than the width. Now, perimeter of a rectangular garden, as we all know, it is 2 into L plus B. And what is given here? Given that half of the perimeter, 2 into L plus B, is equal to 36 meters. So this 2 and this 2 got cancelled. So finally we are getting L plus B is equal to 36. Now we are going to replace length as x plus 4 and breadth as x. So x plus 4 plus x is equal to 36. X plus x, 2x plus 4 is equal to 36. That will imply 2x is equal to 36 minus 4, that is 32. So x is equal to 32 upon 2, that's equal to 16 meters. And x is considered to be the width here. We have considered x as the width. So width of the rectangular garden is 16 meters. Now length is x plus 4, that is 16 plus 4 is equal to 20 meters. So we have found out the length and breadth of the rectangular garden as per the given conditions here. Now question number 6. Question 6. It's a very simple one again. Given the linear equation 2x plus 3y minus 8 is equal to 0, and write another linear equation in two variables such that the geometrical representation of the pair so formed is, first part, intersecting lines, then parallel lines and coincident lines. Very simple one. We have already learnt the ratios and how to compare the ratios, isn't it? So one equation is given as 2x plus 3y minus 8 is equal to 0. This is equation 1 is given. second equation we have to make it such that the geometrical representation will be first part is intersecting lines. So we should see the condition of the ratios which will give you the intersecting lines. So we will get the intersecting lines if A1 is equal. For getting intersecting lines, A1 upon A2 should not be equal to B1 upon B2. So this is the condition, we have to keep it in mind so that we get another equation which when plotted in a graph will give you intersecting lines. Very simple. A1 upon A2. A1 is 2 here. A1 upon A2 is equal to 2 upon, you can take any value here. I am taking 3. So A2 I am taking it as 3. Then, now we should find out B1 upon B2 such that it is not equal to 2 by 3. B1 is what? Plus 3 here upon B2. 3 upon, here also you can take any values here. 3 upon 4 you can take or 5 you can take. Then try to compare A1 upon A2 is 2 by 3. B1 upon B2 is 3 by 4. So definitely they are not equal. This is the condition, we have to keep it in mind. So what will be the equation? Therefore the equation will be, the second equation will be A2x. A2 here we have taken as 3x plus B2y. Y, the B2 we have taken it as 4. So we will get 4y minus this constant term. You can write anything because it has already shown that A1 upon A2 is not equal to B1 upon B2. So in the place of C1 you can write it as plus 16 or plus 15, anything equal to 0. So now after writing this, once again we can compare. A1 upon A2 is equal to 2 by 3. B1 upon B2 is equal to 3 by 4. C1 upon C2 is minus 8 by 16, that is minus 1 by 2. So we have got an equation where A1 upon A2 is not equal to B1 upon B2. So this is another equation. You can take any equation. It's not necessarily that the same equation. You can give any other value for A2, any other value for B2. Only condition is that when we compare the ratios, A1 upon A2 should not be equal to B1 upon B2. Now, in the second case, we have to get parallel lines. So, if we have to get parallel lines, what equation should we take? This the first equation is the same as this. We have to take second equation. So, if we have to get parallel lines, what should be the pattern of the ratio? A1 upon A2 should be equal to B1 upon B2, but it should not be equal to C1 upon C2. So हमको सिर्फ इसको compare करके we have to make another one. So first equation है 2x plus 3y minus 8 is equal to 0. This is already given. Now, shall we can take another value for A2. If I take 4 here, suppose I am taking 4x. So A1 upon A2 will be 2 upon 4, that will be 1 by 2. And remember, B1 upon B2 should also be equal to 1 by 2. So here, since this is 3y, here you can take 6y. So that here also you got 1 by 2, here also you got 1 by 2, and not equal to C1 by C2. So here you can take it as plus 5 or any value you can take here. There is no hard and fast rule. Only thing is that it should not be 1 by 2 as these two. So this will be minus 8 by 5. They are not equal to A1 by A2 and B1 by B2. So this is the equation, or this is another equation which satisfies the condition that the lines, if plotted on the graph, will be parallel lines. Now there is one more part in that, definitely coincident lines. Coincident lines. So here we should know what is the what should be the type of ratios we should consider to get coincident lines. If we have to get coincident lines, we know the rule that A1 upon A2 must be equal to B1 upon B2, that must be equal to C1 upon C2. All the three ratios should be equal. So let's come back to the first exercise. First equation is the same as 2x plus 3y minus 8 is equal to 0. अब हमको ऐसा वैल्यूज इधर लेना है ताकि ये तीनों रेशियोज इक्वल हो. सो सबसे पहले हम एक वैल्यू A2 के लिए डिसाइड करते हैं. A1 अपॉन A2 लेट्स टेक 6x एक ले लिया. अब इसमें से A1 अपॉन A2 डिसाइड करते हैं. 2 अपॉन 6. सो A1 अपॉन A2 क्या हुआ, एक रफ में लिख के रखते हैं. 2 अपॉन 6 दैट इज 1/3. हमको अभी B1 अपॉन B2 भी 1/3 होना है, तो ये इसका 3 टाइम्स होना चाहिए y की कोएफिशिएंट. सो दिस विल बी 9y. सो B1 अपॉन B2 क्या हुआ, वो भी 3 अपॉन 9 दैट्स इक्वल टू 1 अपॉन 3 में गया. नाउ C1 अपॉन C2, C1 इज ऑलरेडी माइनस 8, तो C2 वो भी हमको 1/3 मिलना है, तो डेफिनेटली द सेकेंड वन ऑल्सो शुड हैव माइनस साइन हियर, सो दैट माइनस C1 upon C2 ratio, when we take it, the negative signs will be cancelled, and definitely C1 का 3 times होना चाहिए C2. So this is minus 8, so we get minus 24 is equal to 0. After taking it, let's check it once again. Minus 8 upon C1 upon C2 is equal to minus 8 upon minus 24. Minus got cancelled, 8 ones are 8, 8 threes are 24. So all these three we got it as 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 these. So this can be the equation which will give coincident lines along with this line. Did you all understand this? It's very clear, very simple one. We have to only know these ratios and accordingly give the values for the second equation. I'm sure you all must have understood this. Now let's move on to the last question here of question 7 of exercise 3.1. Draw the graphs of the equation x minus 1 y plus 1 is equal to 0 and 3x plus 2y minus 12 is equal to 0. Determine the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle formed by these lines and the x-axis and shade the triangular region. So here again we have to come to the graph. Here they have given two equations. We have to make the graph of the two equations. First equation is x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0. This can be written as x minus y is equal to minus 1. Equation 1. Second one is 3x plus 2y minus 12 is equal to 0. 3x plus 2y is equal to 12. Second equation. Now let us try to find out three ordered pairs so that we can plot the graph x, y. And here again, same way we have to find out three values for x and 3 values for y, so that we can plot it on the graph. X minus y is equal to minus 1. So, if I take x as 0, minus y should be equal to minus 1. So, y will be equal to 1. Then, after taking the value, once again check it. 0 minus 1 is equal to minus 1. Correct. So, another value, suppose I am taking x as minus 1. Answer भी हमको minus 1 आना चाहिए. So, definitely y has to be 0. There is no minus 0 or plus 0, just 0. Now, suppose I am taking x as 3. Then 3 minus, since we have to get the answer as minus 1, this will be 4. So, 3 minus 4 is equal to minus 1. So, we got 3 values like this. You can take 2 and 3 also. So, x, if you take 2, minus 3 will give you minus 1. You can take any values like this. Now, 3x plus 2y is equal to 12. Here, let me take x as 2. If I take x as 2, this term will be 3x will be 6 plus 6 will give you 12. If 2y has to be 6, then y has to be 3. See, 3 2s are 6 plus 2 3s are 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. Now, let me take x as 4. So, 3 4s are 12. Already we got 12. So, definitely this term will be 0. So, y is equal to 0. Then, the same way, if I put x as 0, this term will go 0. 2y will be equal to 12. So, 2 into 6 will be 12. I got these three values. Now, let me try to plot them on the graph. So, this is the x coordinate, and the y coordinate. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Either, okay. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, here minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, etc. Now, let's try to plot the points. 0, 1. The x coordinate is 0 and the y coordinate is 1. So, this is the point here. That is 0, 1. 0, 1. Then minus 1, 0. Minus 1 is here. X coordinate is minus 1 and y coordinate is 0. Y coordinate is 0 is on the x axis. So, this is the point. Minus 1, 0. Third one is 3, 4. This is 3. And if we take it up like this till here, this is the point, get 3, 4. So, we get these 3 points here. If I plot them, as I told you, we will get a straight line. I have been telling you because it's a linear equation. This line is of the first equation, x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0. This is just to identify which line represents which equation. Now, second one, 2, 3. Let's try to mark it with another color. Okay. 2, 3. X coordinate 2 and y coordinate 3 is this point. 2, 3. Second is 4, 0. 4 is here and y coordinate is 0 is this point only. So 4, 0. Third one is 0, 6. 0 is here and the y coordinate 6 is here. This point is 0, 6. Now, these are the 3 points. Since I have marked it with different colors, it will be easy for us to draw the graph. And if you draw the graph with different colors, or one is a straight complete line and one is dotted lines also you can make, so that you can easily identify. And this graph is of the second equation, 3x plus 2y minus 12 is equal to 0. Now, we have got the two line graphs here. They are intersecting at one point. Now, this type of making graphs we've already seen many times. Now, the second part of this question is determine the coordinates of the vertices of a triangle formed by these lines. That means these two lines and the x-axis. These are the two lines and this is the x-axis. Which is the triangle formed by these two lines and the x-axis? This triangle. This is the triangle formed by these two lines and the x-axis. So here you remember, children. Now, we have to shade these two triangular regions. So what I am going to do is, I am going to shade this part. Or I can shade it this way. Okay. Let's try to name the triangle A. This point is B and this is C. So, triangle ABC is the required triangle here. Required triangle here. Now, listen children, here in the book there is one question only, that is you have to shade the triangle formed by these two lines and the x-axis. So, this point, this and this are the three vertices. So, this is the triangle that you want to shade. You have shaded. Sometimes they can ask you the question as shade the triangle which is obtained by these two lines and the y-axis. So what will be the triangle? These are the two lines and this is the y-axis. So what do you get? This will be the triangle. Are you getting it? Y-axis is here. These are the two lines. So this and this will be the vertices of the triangle. So they can ask in any way, that is, you shade the region, shade the triangle formed by these two lines and the x-axis, or formed by these two lines and the y-axis. So you have to be careful when you take the three vertices of the triangle, then you should shade the triangles. I am sure you all have understood them very well, and this is the last question of exercise 3.1. Now, I'll be coming again shortly with the second exercise of the same chapter, pair of linear equations in two variables. In that exercise, we will be solving the equations by algebraic methods. Here, in the first exercise, we have seen all the graphs and how can we find the solutions graphically, etc. We have seen it very thoroughly. Now, in the next video, I'll be coming up with the second exercise where we will see algebraic methods of solving the pair of linear equations. Alright children, I hope you all have understood it very well. Please go through them. Please view, everybody like and share the GMAS classes. Thank you very much. Please subscribe the channel. Thank you very much.